What's up, guys? So today I'm going to talk to you guys about my November 2018 dividend income. Let me scroll up here and get situated a little bit. I was just glancing at my sector percentage weight for my portfolio and my income by portfolio. Adjust this a little bit so you guys can get a better look. Here I have basically a table that then fills out these pie graphs over here to the right, but really just talks about the total value of the portfolio that I'm looking at. It's around $160,000. It's not including my 401k or anything like that. This is just direct investable income outside of my 401k. You can see on this weightage percentage with respect to my portfolio, my energy is still the largest that I have, followed by real estate, and then also consumer staples and information technology, and then telecommunications is getting large up there as well. Obviously, real estate, energy stocks, and telecommunications, generally speaking, have very good and decent dividend payouts, so those obviously make sense as to why they are my top three. But consumer staples is also a pretty large contributor to my my dividend income as well. Also materials, which I don't know what companies this is part of. Industrials, which is companies like Union Pacific. Probably the biggest discrepancy between how much actual value I have within a sector versus how much money I'm getting in income from that sector is technology. 10% of my portfolio is in technology stocks like Google, Square, to name two of the companies. First Solar, all of which do not pay dividends, all of which are basically only showing, what is this, 0.3 or 0.5% of my income, 0.5% of my income. So of that, $6,900 I should be expecting to get at the moment. Sorry, my mic fell. Of that $6,900 I'm planning to get in the next 12 months, only 0.5 of that is going to be from technology, which is extremely low. In terms of what I made in November time frame, this is the wrong graphic, but let's go here. So, generally speaking, the second month of every quarter is my second best month of each quarter. Everyone that follows my videos knows that my third month of every quarter is generally speaking my highest paying month of every quarter, with the second months like my February's, my May's, and my July's being the better. Or is it August? August, yeah. So have my monthly dividend payers, my Realty Income Corp, my Stag Industrial. Everyone's probably familiar with that. My Main Street Capital, and Realty Income Corp again. To round out, my Cheniere Energy Partners is up to $51. I actually invested a little bit more with a recent dip in CQP, so I believe I have almost 80 some shares now. So hopefully this will continue to get larger and larger as time progresses on. Kinder Morgan, Seadrill Partners, and then AT&T. My AT&T, next time I get paid from them, will also be larger because I just bought another 100 or so shares, so that'll be, about another $100 or so, I guess, every time I get paid by AT&T, because I think my annual payment for them is up over $400 now. Verizon, in both accounts, my Roth IRA and my individual IRA. AbbVie, which is a company that I wish I put more money into. It's a great dividend stock at the moment. Clorox. Some leftover shares of Verizon from when I transferred it to my individual brokerage account, and then some money from my Amex personal savings where I have, a couple $1,000s just in case of emergencies. All of that rounded out to about $365 just in pure dividend income for November of 2018. Not a bad start. It'll only be about, what is that? 5 to 10% of my total income for the year, considering I'm getting close to $5,700 for the entire time of 2018. Looking forward to next month. I'm expecting to get just over $800 in terms of dividend income, of which some of these have already come in, like my Aqua America, IBM, WP Carey, and Phillips 66 shares as well. That's not WP Carey, that's Wells Fargo. I'm sorry. So in terms of where I am this year, it is a 77% increase from this time last year to now. So last year I made $206 in November. This year I'm making $365 in November, which is great for a 77% increase. Looking at almost $5,700, I think this is slightly off. I'll have to go back and check. Oh no, that's right. 5,700 is right. I'm thinking of this 6,900 number, which is where I got confused. So yeah, at the moment with the stocks that I have invested, 2019 is looking about 6,900-ish, just based off of the recent investments I have. That's not including any additional capital between now and then. So to date, for this year, I've made approximately $4,800 if you look at this lower right hand corner, $4,900, and then plus this $800 I'm expecting to get next month. It's going to be about a $5,700 a year just in dividend income. If you were to look at the income that I got from YouTube, I was able to pull in a good $70 last month, which is pretty great. So I appreciate you guys always watching the channel and always commenting down below to encourage other people to watch the videos and try to learn and better themselves and inspire others to invest in terms of getting passive income and potentially retiring early. With an estimated $50 next year will be good almost for $500 in 2018, which is great considering I didn't get paid for almost half the year. So that puts me over $6,000 for the year, which technically my goal for 2018 was $6,000, but I wasn't anticipating getting any money from YouTube per se. So technically I didn't meet my goal, but unless some miracle happens and I'm able to get a huge investment in terms of something in December. But one thing that I never talked to you guys about, which technically if I counted, I would be over this $6,000 goal in terms of my yearly income, was Dr. Pepper Snapple payout. So they paid me out a large dividend, but in actuality it was basically them cashing me out of my Dr. Pepper shares. So it was around $700 some dollars. I had 7 shares or something like that. So I didn't necessarily consider it a dividend per se, and I contemplated whether or not to include it as one. And if I looked on Computer Shares, which is where I held my Dr. Pepper Snapple shares and now my Keurig Green Mountain shares, it technically says special dividend, but I didn't feel like that was a true dividend per se. It wasn't. I felt it was more due to the M&A rather than an actual dividend. So I didn't include it. Maybe I'll revise and I'll think about it, and maybe I'll research what other people are doing if they're claiming it's dividend income. In that case, I'm way over my goal for this year. But I don't know if I want to count it because it's not real income, and it would actually screw up my 2019 year-over-year goal, if that makes sense, because it's really a truly special dividend where they basically paid out over like $100 a share. Or like over $90 a share in dividend income, if that were the case. So, really great in terms of where I am this year. Next year, just based off the investments I have at the moment, additional investments that I made in AT&T, and Chenier Partners and everything like that. I'm already looking about a 22% increase from 365 to 445 next year. So that will be great because, as you can probably tell, my goal is to maintain the monthly average here, which it's slowly, you know, if you look at this quarterly chart, it's actually kind of cool, where you see, you know, it starts in the ones, goes to the tens in 2014, and if you look in 2015, it goes to the 80s. 2016, it starts getting into the, you know, couple $100 a month range. Then, you know, by 2017, I'm starting to get into $1,000 a quarter range. I'm sorry, I meant quarter. And now all the quarters are getting into, you know, over 4 figures in 2018. And now I'm really starting to creep into that mid $1,500 to $2,000 range every quarter, going into 2019, which is really great. In terms of my income growth for Q4, let's give that a quick check, because I'm curious. So from 17 to 18, my my year-over-year growth for the quarter is about 58%, which is really good. Pretty excited about that. Like I said, just over $6,000 of income for the year. Really hoping to get to that $8,400, $8,500 range next year. So hoping to get almost a 50% increase year over year with respect to that. So it's going to be a tough year in terms of trying to get that dividend growth. So we will definitely see where we're at and everything like that. But you can see that the dividends per month is continuing to grow. Average, if I meet my goals, or not meet my goals, but meet what I'm expecting, that 5,700-ish for the month, or for the year, I'm sorry, 2018. It'll be about 474 for 2018, which is really good. On track for close to $600 next year without any further invested income. Going to try to get that close to $700. So I'm thinking I'm definitely going to be able to do that, but investing in other materials and other investments on the side is eating away into how much I'm investing on a monthly basis. So we shall see associated with that. Next year, already looking at about 22% increase from year over year, just by the capital I've invested so far. So we shall see. Almost at $7,000. There's some things in here that it's not exactly working, because some places I look at 68.45, some places I look at 69.60. So I'll double check some of these background numbers to see if I can find where the links are out, but they're very close, so within the margin of error in my opinion. So don't bite my head off too much in the comment section. So alright guys, well thank you for stopping by the channel. I really appreciate you guys always keeping in touch with me. If you have any questions, feel free to write them down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, and I will catch you guys next time. Have a great night.